Good afternoon. It's again time for Stuff God Said and wants us to keep on saying. I'm going to read from the 19th chapter of the Gospel of St. Luke, beginning at the 41st verse. This is at a point where Jesus was approaching Jerusalem. As he, Jesus, came near and saw the city, he wept over it, saying, "If you, even you, had only recognized on this day the things that make for peace. But now they are hidden from your eyes. Indeed, the days will come upon you when your enemies will set up ramparts around you and surround you and hem you in on every side. They will crush you to the ground, you and your children within you, and they will not leave within you one stone upon another, because you did not recognize the time of your visitation from God." May the Lord add a blessing to the reading of the Word. Let me say that again. Because you did not recognize the time of your visitation from God. Did not recognize it because they didn't want to open their minds. They really didn't want to change. What does this say to us? Well, let me tell you a little story from a cartoon. Charlie Brown and Lucy. Lucy is running as fast as she can and chasing Charlie Brown. And she says, she had a clenched fist and she's going, "I'm going to catch you, Charlie Brown. And when I do, I'm going to knock your block off." All of a sudden, Charlie Brown comes to a halt. He turns around and he says to Lucy, "Listen, we who are relatively small people with relatively small problems, if we can't talk through these things and come to some kind of agreement, how would we expect the world to?" And just at that moment, she swings over and she plows into him. His shoes and socks fly off. And Lucy says, "I had to stop him. He was beginning to make sense." Well, that's from a cartoon, but you know what? That reminded me of my own personal experience. Not with Lucy, or has nothing to do with Charlie Brown, but I remember when I first picked up the Bible to really intensely read it. I wanted to do that not because I was necessarily trying to get more spiritual. I just wanted to because it seemed like everybody else knew about this book and I didn't. But as I began to read, and the further I read, I came to a halt. And I looked at it and I said, you know what? If this has any truth at all, I am in a lot of trouble. Because I realized what a change in my life it would take if I was going to make this something that was part of my character. So much of what we read in the Bible and what we know to be true, we choose not to learn. We choose not to know. Because change can be scary, challenging. We don't know what the next step will mean for us. But with an open mind, we might be challenged, we might fall, but when we get back up, it'll be a totally different world that surrounds us. That's what my devotion for today is all about. May God bless us. Amen.